here in Wisconsin.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Find it at the showroom, take it home to make sure it's right. Vince Vitrano for Hunt's Flooring in Greenfield. Not some chain or corporate showroom. Hunt's is a family-run business specializing in beautiful, durable flooring from luxury vinyl to cozy carpet and timeless hardwoods. Find a great deal, take the samples home, and take your time. No high-pressure sales. The Hunt's team is patient, helpful, and ready to go when you're ready with your project. Visit Hunt's Flooring on Highway 100 or get started now at huntsflooring.com.
Ready for more fun? More friendships? More adventures?
Then it's time to become a Girl Scout.
Explore the outdoors, meet forever friends, and make a difference in your community. Sign up for our extended year membership today. Girls can join for $98 and adults for $42. Start in April and enjoy up to 5 extra months of fun. The extended year membership is April 1st, 2025 to September 30th, 2026, followed by a regular membership year. So what are you waiting for?
Join us and be a Girl Scout.
Think you've got more heat in your cannon? Well, last time told a different tale.
Swing and a miss. He gassed them up. He blew them away. 102 miles an hour.
It's the Brewers and Pirates in Milwaukee. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts today at 12:35 on the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 12:01. I'm Greg Matzik. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Wednesday, August 13th. Your top story, a water rescue in Racine.
I'm Jessica Ty, assuring our allies before an important meeting.
Flood warnings continue for Ozaukee County until Friday, Kenosha County until Saturday, Waukesha and Dodge counties until further notice. Today, very nice. Mostly sunny and a high of 80 degrees. Air quality alert is in the forecast, however. Clear tonight and a low of 62. From the WTMJ breaking newsroom happening in Racine.
Respond for a possible drowning at 1/5th Street at the Pershing boat launch. By the boat launch, looks like someone is drowning.
One person is in the hospital after a water rescue. A person was taken out of Lake Michigan this morning. No word yet on the person's current condition.
A dam in Waukesha County in danger of failing appears to have stabilized. Gail Goodchild with the Waukesha County Emergency Management tells Wisconsin's Morning News the Mill Pond Dam in Merton has been reinforced where a large hole appeared earlier this week.
Having reinforcement for the structure. As things worsen, we'll certainly let the community know, but it's stabilized at the moment.
The Village of Heartland is still advising residents and businesses along the Bark River to watch for rising water levels.
Wisconsin U.S. Representative Scott Fitzgerald calling on the Trump administration to make an emergency declaration as southeast Wisconsin continues to recover from flooding.
Fitzgerald has written to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, asking for an emergency declaration from the president to ensure Wisconsin communities have access to recovery resources. Governor Tony Evers declared a state of emergency on Monday, though President Trump must declare a disaster to trigger a federal response and allow agencies like FEMA to step in. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports as of noon Tuesday, FEMA had not received any requests for federal assistance. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
President Trump says there will be very severe consequences if Russian President Vladimir Putin does not agree to stop the Ukraine war after Friday's summit. Speaking after the virtual meeting between President Trump, Ukrainian President Zelensky, and other European leaders, French President Macron said Trump was prioritizing a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia. The U.S.-Russia summit will mark the Russian president's first trip to the West since the war in Ukraine started in 2015.
Community members are speaking out against the Sun Prairie Area School District as a former dean of students faces 15 criminal charges for child sex crimes.
A criminal complaint alleges 30-year-old Robert Gilkey Meisgeier had sexual contact with multiple students at Sun Prairie West High School and also secretly took photos of people without their consent. Some parents are upset with the district leadership and spoke during this week's board meeting.
Right now, this school district, this school board is trash. We expect more of you, and you have failed our community, your staff, and our students.
District officials say they've fully cooperated with the investigation. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is surging up over 325 points at 44,788. NASDAQ is off today about 10 points at 21,674. S&P 500 showing modest gains today, up about 6.5 points at 64.52. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Financial planning at every level. For details, visit annexwealth.com.
Are we getting free burgers? How about this? What a fun run. The Brewers go for 12 in a row coming up this afternoon. In fact, it's really just minutes away. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:04.
News sponsored by Ellie Mental Health. Visit elliementalhealth.com.
The Mental Health Minute.
Hi, this is Kelly from Ellie Mental Health. This week, our hearts are with our neighbors in Wauwatosa. The floods have taken homes, memories, and a sense of safety. But the waters aren't the only thing that can leave a mark. Surviving a natural disaster can bring waves of stress, anxiety, and grief long after the cleanup is done. We want you to know that your feelings are valid, and you don't have to face them alone. If you or your kids are experiencing sleepless nights, overwhelming worry, or lingering shock, our licensed counselors are here to help. We accept most major insurance plans and have immediate openings, so you can begin care without a long wait. If you have been impacted by the floods, call us today. Healing starts with connection, and together we can rebuild hope.
This has been the Mental Health Minute. Get started on your mental health journey today at elliementalhealth.com.
Imagine that unbelievable new deck in your backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck builder. Building new decks and replacing old ones, creating that $1 million feeling every time you relax in your own backyard. Looking for a company to make your backyard scream wow? Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's resourceful Waukesha showroom and visit outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Well, the Brewers go for 12 in a row this afternoon in the final game of a 3-game series against the Pirates.
The Brewers just show up, they beat you, they yawn, and they get ready for another one tomorrow.
With Lane Grindle, the Brewers begin today 7.5 games ahead of the Cubs for first place in the division with 43 regular season games to play. Packers travel to Indianapolis for joint practices with the Colts on Thursday. Jordan Love sidelined Thursday and likely for the rest of camp due to a thumb injury. Look for Malik Willis to get the start at quarterback Saturday afternoon.
Just excited for the opportunity and excited to go out and have some fun, play this game. It's not about going out and doing anything crazy. It's about making sure that we stay on schedule and we continue to do what we can to make plays.
Packers GM Brian Gutekunst thinks it is possible Love could return to the practice field next week and be healthy in time for the season opener. He had surgery on his non-throwing thumb yesterday. Saturday's game, a noon kickoff from Indianapolis.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. A heads up, we are still dealing with flooding on some roadways. In particular, on the highways, 41, 45 north, just a little bit beyond the ramp from County Line Road, the right lane is closed. That's up in Washington County. There is still flooding on the road on 41, 45 north, just a little bit beyond the ramp from County Line Road. The right lane is closed because of that. Remember, if you see barricades, do not go around them. They're there for a reason. Also, 41, 43 in our construction zones, so we are seeing that typical slowing today. Also, guess where else we're seeing slowing? On 94, right around the ballpark, because people are trying to get there for the game in the hopes of getting another win, going for 12 in a row, and eventually getting those free burgers.
Oh, beautiful day for baseball. Pretty much anything outdoors. A high of 80 degrees, mostly sunny skies. You still have flood warnings in effect for Ozaukee County until Friday, Kenosha County until Saturday, Waukesha and Dodge counties until further notice. Clear tonight, a low of 62. Thursday looks great, mostly sunny and a high of 78. Friday looks beautiful as well, mostly sunny and a high of 84. It's 72, very comfortable downtown Milwaukee. The sun is shining at 12:09.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
Well, the team is back together here, albeit only for about 30 minutes or so. Shortened Wisconsin's Midday News as we get you ready for Brewers baseball coming up. It's like I can't wait for first pitch. It's like they've become this team that you just have to watch. And I was amazed at what they did last night. They put up 14 runs in defeating a Cy Young Award candidate. Now, the Pirates aren't very good, but the pitcher for the Pirates was really good. And the Brewers treated him rather rudely with a home run to lead things off from Sal Frelick. So this team can do no wrong. It's so fun to watch. And yes, we are all on Burger Watch, but most importantly, we're watching a team execute at a level it's never really executed at before.
It seems like it's for Uke. And you know what? The fans are loving it.
Yeah, soaking it up. Should be a great crowd here as the homestand wraps up against the Pirates. Brewers, one of many big stories that we're following here this afternoon.
It's now at noon on Wisconsin's Midday News.
New technology is helping the city of Milwaukee with cleanup efforts in the wake of our historic flooding. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson joined public works crews this morning and gave an update on the city's recovery process. One of the things he highlighted is an app that's helping crews be more efficient. DPW workers use the app to take a picture of bulky debris, so say that wet couch that's out there on the curb, and then log its location. The information then gets uploaded immediately so pickup crews can go straight to that spot. Public Works Commissioner Gerald Kruschke.
It's been a game changer. This is something I think the city and elected officials have been asking for years.
The city implemented the app just 2 months ago. Think about that timing there. They didn't know this was going to happen. Ideal timing, of course, as city leaders say the devastation is intense and heartbreaking.
A woman whose mother had recently passed, and she had stored her things temporarily in the basement, and she lost all of her mother's things. She's crying to me as she's cleaning out the catch basin in front of her house.
It's Alderwoman Andrea Pratt. She said some of the families in her district don't have basements, so it's their first floors that have just been destroyed.
Well, number two, it feels like about a month ago we were talking about the Brewers knocking on the door of 12 straight wins. That's because it was about a month ago. And free burgers from Webb's. Now, apparently the burger talk has not reached the clubhouse just yet, according to outfielder Sal Frelick.
Everybody in Milwaukee can get some burgers from George Webb if you guys pull off this week.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, I will. I think I'm going to keep that to myself. Might have to bring it out in like the fourth or fifth inning, though, if the boys are behind. So I'll keep that in my back pocket.
All right, so note this. If the Brewers win today, you can still go to Webb's for whatever you'd like. Just don't expect free burgers yet. Ryan Stan, the vice president of George Webb Restaurants.
We'll come up with a day that everyone can come get a free burger. And we're going to do it as quick as we possibly can. I mean, we need to order 20,000 pounds of hamburger. We'll have everything that goes along with the burger, and we'll announce a payoff date. We'll make sure everyone gets a burger. That's for sure.
You got to have fries, too. You got to have something to drink, right? You got to stock up on everything. So Webb's has been through this before this year, like a month ago. That was from our interview about a month ago with Ryan Stam, and here they are back at it again because the Brewers are playing so darn well.
How fun is that? Just the energy around this team, and here we go again. I mean, this is something, you have to be playing good baseball for this. I mean, this is a bet that George Webb's takes. And they haven't had to pay out often. It's rare because it's hard to play baseball this well.
Yeah, and the Brewers are doing it here. So following today's game, it's the start of an 8-game road trip. This should be interesting. Cincinnati is playing very well right now. The Cubs have kind of hit the skids here, but are still in second place in the division. And there'll be a 5-game series beginning with a doubleheader on Monday at Wrigley Field.
Well, if the Brewers lose, some fans may be looking for a beer. But a new poll puts U.S. drinking at its lowest level since the 80s.
Only 54% of U.S. adults said they had an alcoholic beverage this year. According to the latest Gallup poll, that's the lowest in the past 3 decades. The reason for the drop, they believe drinking even moderate amounts of alcohol can be harmful to their health. 53% feel even 1 to 2 drinks is bad. So while we've long been told that a glass of red is good for the heart, many are now saying no. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
The government is expected to release new guidelines on alcohol later this year. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has promised some big changes, but hasn't said how the alcohol recommendations may shift, so we'll see.
What's the thing you always hear about somebody who turns 100? Like, what's your secret?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it usually a glass of red wine?
It's like, it's always the worst. It's either wine and cheesecake or a whiskey every day and a cigar.
Yeah, right. It's never 10 hours of sleep and regular exercise, right? It's
very rare.
Things.
Yeah, it's funny.
One of those things. 12:14 on WTMJ. Oh, it's a beautiful day, but a cleanup and restoration continues all across southeastern Wisconsin, and they are on watch in the town of Merton. We'll explain why after this.
I know you have a great dog, right? But you know there's room for improvement. At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we can help. Our attention-based training system uses modern technology to help you better communicate with your dog, even in high distraction. When you schedule a free consultation with us, you will have the opportunity to see our training in action and meet for yourself our happy dogs off leash and under control. Contact Sit Means Sit today at 262-361-3641 or find us on the web at sitmeansitwaukesha.com to schedule your free consultation so you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, focused on business. That's the story here for Horicon Bank. They opened their doors in 1896. Greg Matzik here. Let me tell you more about that story. Opening the doors in 1896 for those who were going to work here in the state of Wisconsin. Right? Wisconsin was barely 50 years old around that time, and Horicon Bank knew it needed to be there for the community. Well, they've continued that sort of community-minded approach as they've expanded and grown over the past 100-plus years. And now you're seeing Horicon banks popping up here in southeastern Wisconsin. They've not lost that community-minded approach or feel. Financing requests for you and your business can be approved in days because at Horicon Bank, they understand you and your business. They get the job done. Together, doing good. That is the vision of Horicon Bank. They are committed to doing what it takes. Stop in. You'll see what I'm talking about here. Connect with the folks at Horicon Bank like I have. Such wonderful and kind people. And they've got a business that's been up and running for over 100 years with great reason. They do it the right way. Horicon Bank is truly the natural choice.
Here's the secret no one's telling you about those trendy weight loss shots. Many people gain the weight back after stopping, but there's a better way. Using the Milwaukee Weight Loss proprietary natural-based program, we've helped thousands of people not just lose weight, but keep it off long-term. You can lose up to 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 8 weeks while protecting your muscle mass. No side effects, no rebounds. Ready to transform your body for life? You can do this. Schedule your free consultation today at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. I dropped 40 pounds with Milwaukee Weight Loss. No crazy workouts, no meal kits or shakes, and definitely no meds or injections. They helped reset my metabolism, and the weight's actually stayed off. It's been a game changer for me. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Schedule your free consultation today by calling 262-393-2334. One more time, 262-393-2334. Or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Sweet Talks is a woman-owned medical spa in Menominee Falls, fostering self-love and confidence. Our expert registered nurse injectors go beyond injectables, offering lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. Join thousands of satisfied patients at sweettalks.com.
Well, beautiful day today, up to 80 degrees. It's a roof open kind of day here at the ballpark as the Brewers close out their series. You still have the flood advisory in effect here for Kenosha County until further notice in Waukesha and Milwaukee County. So be mindful of that. Kenosha County wraps up on Friday. So any sort of waterways that are encroaching upon pedestrian bridges, be careful out there. The water is still rushing here. Most of it is receded from the street, so not as many closures in southeastern Wisconsin, but still be mindful of some of those low-lying areas. Tomorrow's high, 84 degrees. Same for Friday. We got a great rest of the week on tap here with plenty of sun. 72 and sunny in Milwaukee at 12:18.
Preparing for for a dam to break. That's a situation in the village of Merton right now. The police department is warning the Bark River could rise within the 100 to 500-year floodplain. Just 2 months ago, Scott Fleming and his wife opened a new store in the village of Merton, Folklore Mercantile. It's right there on Main Street. Our historic flooding over the weekend brought rain to the store's basement, but now he's concerned about what might be next. Scott joins us live on the phone. Thanks for joining us, Scotty.
Jessica, happy to be here.
Can you first describe for people who don't know the area, the back of your store, what it's typically like by the water and what it looks like now?
Yeah, so, I mean, we're right, like you said, we're right downtown, sort of the back of our store. We got like a little patio built out, sort of facing the mill pond, very scenic, very small town, picturesque sort of vibe. Actually, before the dam was installed, right behind our building was the original spillway for the Bark River. So there is sort of a natural ravine right there, and that same area is basically like what backed up and flooded us out.
In your store, it backs up right to it, right? You've got beautiful little Adirondack chairs set up outside if people want to grab something cold to drink and just sort of hang out in your backyard, for lack of a better term. You can do it. But you mentioned it's pretty close. So did that water sort of breach into your building and others on that side of the street in that nice little downtown of Merton?
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately. I think it was, was it Sunday or I think Monday afternoon I was out there sort of building my own little dam, so to speak, sort of building a little bank because the water was starting to rise in the mill pond. It was actually flooding up over the bank. The water level was so high. So the dam was open as far as they could open it, and it was just overflowing. So water was sort of spilling behind our property, but we were sandbagging as fast as we could, kind of thought we had it maintained and could redirect it. Went home that night thinking, I think we'll be all right, and then woke up at 5 a.m. to check my cameras and see that the water level had risen about 2 feet. So,
Jeez. And this is an area where you and the kids sometimes are just back there, right? Like back there fishing, doing your thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's like a big reason why we made this big investment, bought this old building, fixed it up. We wanted to sort of build out a community hub. There's a lot of residential development out in Merton with, not a ton to do in the downtown. The downtown needed a little spark. So, and the community had really responded to it. Our business was doing great. I mean, it still is. I want to reiterate, we are open for business. But, different now. No fishing in the dam. They kind of got the construction tape going because, as we'll probably get to soon, there's a big sinkhole, which is like, geez, if they didn't have enough to worry about, now this is a new problem.
So we just got word before that there appears to be some stabilization, that the Mill Pond Dam in Merton has been reinforced where that large hole appeared earlier this week. But at the end of the day, you still don't know what's going to happen here. What are you preparing for moving forward? What's the latest?
So the DNR is confident that the dam is structurally sound. The erosion leading to that big sinkhole is behind a secondary wall that's just there to create like a pedestrian walkway within the spillway of the dam. So according to the DNR, the dam's going to hold. Now, if that water keeps rushing and knocks down that concrete wall, it's just going to make a huge mess. But it should still hold all the water back in the mill pond. Our concern right now is upstream about 15 miles of the Bark River is Bark Lake. So that flows directly into the mill pond right in downtown Merton, and that lake is about 1.5 feet higher than it should be, and it's a 40-acre lake. So at some point in time, that 40 acres of 1.5 feet deep of water, whatever that volume is going to come rushing down. So right now they're sort of trying to lower the water in the mill pond as quickly as they can without, flooding Heartland. We got to think of the communities that are downstream from us. Like that water's got to go somewhere too. So
yeah,
it's this real delicate balancing act right now that the fire department and the DNR is in the village is sort of playing. I mean, they're doing a great job. They've been a tremendous help to us, and I mean, hopefully, everything goes all right and we don't see another couple feet of water in our basement.
It's a quaint and charming downtown Merton there, right by the park. You've got such a wonderful location, great walking traffic. But you mentioned older buildings that, could become compromised with heavy rains and water all of a sudden showing up in the basement areas. And, of course, the proximity of the waterway that you mentioned. How has the community and business owners in that stretch of downtown, Scott, helped you out? How have you helped them out just to try and make sure that you're saving people's livelihood?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it a second ago. I really can't, praise Chief Josh. He's the chief of the fire department there in Merton. I mean, when I woke up at 5 a.m., and had all that water backed up, I called him. He'd been up all night already, and he rushed down there. The fire department brought out a real powerful trash pump. They pumped all the water out and it back into the spillway, and they left us a couple industrial fans, and dried out the basement as fast as we could. So, without Josh, I would have been sort of SOL. I don't know. I would have been running to the hardware store looking for the biggest water pump I could find, so to speak. So.
And you opened the store just 2 months ago. You knew the location. You knew that it could flood, but did you imagine that anything like this would happen? This is historic flooding.
Anyone saw this coming. If we knew rain was in the forecast, we knew thunderstorms were in the forecast. The level of rainfalls, I think, nobody really saw it coming. We bought the building. It's 120 years old, kind of a turn of the century sort of property. It's been there forever. I don't know that this has ever happened. And so for it to happen 2 months into us opening our doors to the public is, I don't know. All I can do is kind of chuckle at it, to be honest.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
Well, thanks for sharing your story. That's Scott Fleming, owner of Folklore Mercantile in Merton. And full disclosure, my cousin as well.
I thought there was something there when you called him Scotty at the start of the whole thing.
Oh, did you? Oh, thanks, Jessica.
He's Scotty to me. Thanks so much, Scotty. We appreciate it. Good luck.
All right. Take care. Thanks.
It's such a charming little store, too. My daughter's played softball. There's a park kind of in that area called Polworth Park on the back end of a subdivision, and we have to drive by the store, Scott's store here in the town of Merton to get to that park. It is such a charming area. Older buildings, to be sure, right? Merton's been around for some time, so it's great to see some vibrancy back in that area. But a lot of people are working hard to try and make sure that level of vibrancy stays and trying to save their business.
And isn't it great to hear, too? The fire chief was down in the basement helping them pump out water. Small community right there and helping each other out. That's what Wisconsin does.
Yeah, wonderful community in Merton. 1226 News is next.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You've heard about Tri-County Contracting and their worry-free roof tune-up. You've heard about their instant roof quote. But don't forget, Tri-County Contracting also handles windows. Our project at my home moving right along right now, and the process has been so easy and thorough. It's nice when you can trust the team you're working with and know that they are looking out for you. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and also windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about, in my clinic, kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. orthowisconsin.com.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
And now, about your house. Eric Brown is the president of Siding Unlimited, your contractor for new windows, roofing, siding, decks, and a whole lot more. He knows about your house. So what do you know, Eric?
Recently, Siding Unlimited installed new windows in a home, and the homeowner loved the experience. Linda W. said, "I was extremely satisfied with the service that was provided by Siding Unlimited. I had a new roof and new windows installed in my house." Linda loved that she chose the right company for peace of mind. She also loved the colors. Larry, another Siding Unlimited customer, was thrilled with the experience. Larry's home looks brand new. Go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page and see our pinned message to listen to Larry's testimonial, but also see his house. Again, Siding Unlimited, knocking it out of the park. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com. Definitely listen to Larry on Instagram at Siding Unlimited LLC.
Eric and his crews at Siding Unlimited are your go-to contractor here for roofing and also replacement windows, decks, and of course siding. They've done it all at the Matzik households over the years. It started with windows, transforming our 1953 Milwaukee home into something beautiful. And then, on our new house, brand new LP Smart Side siding. Built 8 years ago, our house still looks brand new. Make sure to connect with Eric about patio projects as well. They've expanded our outdoor living space to an area fit with a beautiful cedar pergola, paver patio, gas fire pit, and more. The best in lighting? I can control it from my phone. All there at Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. Take the next step and check them out at sidingunlimited.com. Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Before Friday's meeting with Russia's Vladimir Putin, President Trump held a call with Ukraine's president and European allies on ceasefire negotiations.
Heading into the Anchorage summit, the president says he's still hopeful he can get Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky together in the same room.
There's a very good chance that we're going to have a second meeting, which will be more productive than the first.
But he added a caveat.
There may be no second meeting.
Trump tells reporters he does not believe he'll be able to convince Putin to stop striking civilian targets in Ukraine. But he also vowed to ramp up the pressure on Moscow if Putin doesn't agree to stop the war.
There will be very severe consequences, yes.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. Police in Louisville, Kentucky say a 15-year-old is in custody after a deadly shooting spree targeting pedestrians heading to school or near bus stops. One woman died while walking a child this morning. It's the second shooting at bus stops in less than a week. On Wall Street, stocks are up again today on hopes of an interest rate cut coming next month. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 12:31. Storm anxiety following major flooding. Mental health expert Kelly Keel tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News the flood may have left behind some emotional damage as well.
To have struggles such as having stomach aches for anxiety. So being able to talk to someone in a safe space and be able to process through experiencing trauma-informed care, perhaps cognitive behavioral therapy, to really work through those feelings and improve your mind-body awareness so that when your body is feeling that way, you can learn how to better cope with how to manage those symptoms.
Keel recommends sticking to a daily routine.
Milwaukee County is committing $9 million from opioid settlements towards drug abuse prevention projects.
The money comes from national settlement agreements and will fund 7 projects focused on prevention, treatment, and recovery. County leaders say the initiatives are designed to close critical gaps in care, expand public health outreach, and provide resources for long-term recovery. Projects will include prevention campaigns, expanded treatment access, harm reduction supplies, recovery housing, and improved data tracking to better target services. Officials say the goal is to meet people where they are and ensure every dollar from the settlement is used to fight the epidemic and save lives. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Well, as tariffs go into effect, Wisconsin Aluminum Foundry says they are starting to see a decline in business. CEO Sachin Shivaram tells our partners at NBC 26 how domestic companies are being impacted.
Primary aluminum is something that's always going to be imported into the United States, no matter what kind of tariffs we put on whatever it is. And so by the tariffs, what they've done is they've increased the cost of a key input material for us.
Shivaram says he's had to fire 200 people because of low demand.
Brewers pitcher Quinn Priester lifts spirits with a surprise visit to pediatric patients at Aurora Health Center in Greenfield. 25-year-old right-hander joined a group of patients receiving physical therapy for a session of catch, hitting, and fielding practice. Brewers fan and mother of a pediatric patient, Kim Felkowski.
Oh my gosh, this has been such a fun opportunity. Jordan is such a huge Brewers fan, so this has just been an amazing experience for him.
Pitcher shared pitching tips, signed autographs, and handed out Brewers gear.
Well, Priester's not pitching today, but the Brewers will send Brandon Woodruff to the mound. Baseball is next on WTMJ. The Crew looks to make it 12 in a row and a 3-game sweep of the Pirates. Enjoy the game.
I got into injury law because it is complex.
Brett Eckstein, attorney at Cannon and Dunphy.
And today's law is contradictory and needs an experienced team of lawyers to work together to make the law work for people who are seriously hurt through no fault of their own. My partners and I are dedicated to helping people every day. And like all good organizations, we don't do it alone.